Hey, want to learn how to do your own custom EUP? Then watch this video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. There's a couple of things that we're going to need before you actually start making your own clothing. Those items are OpenIV, emergency uniform packs, and Winrar. Once you go ahead and get all of them downloaded, what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to make sure that the emergency uniform packs that you downloaded is in an accessible spot. For example, I went ahead and put mine right on my desktop. You also want to make sure that you downloaded the OIV version, not the LML version. Now what you want to go ahead and do is launch OpenIV. If this is your first time ever using the program, it's going to run you through a first time installer. Just follow the on-screen prompts. After you followed all of the on-screen prompts, you should see at the top where it says edit mode. You're going to want to make sure that edit mode is enabled. You should see a blue box pop up saying ASI Manager. You're going to want to go ahead and click on that. Make sure you install all of these ASIs. This will allow you to have a mods folder so you do not mess up your game files. Now that you got that all done, you're going to want to go ahead and hit Open Package Installer at the top of your screen. Go to where you have your file downloaded. And you're going to double click it. You're going to go ahead and hit Install and make sure you install it to your mods location. This is the base for all of your police uniforms. In this tutorial, we're just going to be doing the basic police shirt. If you want more, you can go ahead and contact me on Discord. Discord is linked in the bio. After you've done that, you can go ahead and start navigating to Mods, Update, X64, DLC Packs, and you should see your EUP folder in there. You're going to go to DLC.rpf, X64, and here you're going to have two separate file paths. You're going to have EUP component peds and EUP component peds underscore P. EUP component peds underscore P is where you get all of your hats and everything for your police uniforms. This would also include your accessories like sunglasses and everything like that. What we're going to be doing for this tutorial is we're going to be looking for EUP component peds without the underscore P. The texture we're about to create is going to be compatible with both female and male. So there is two folders that you can look for. If you want to do female clothing, you're going to look for MP underscore F underscore free mode underscore 01 underscore MP underscore F underscore import export underscore 01. Now if you want to do male clothing, you can do MP underscore M underscore free mode underscore 01 underscore MP underscore M underscore import export underscore 01. Basically, you're going to be either replacing the F with an M or the M with an F. Now that you figured out what gender your clothing is going to be for, you're going to want to go ahead and go to that folder. So in this case, it's going to be npm underscore import export. And you're going to right click it and you're going to go and copy name. And you're going to create a new folder on your desktop and you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it EUP. Now what you're going to want to do is create a new folder in there and you're just going to paste that name in. Now that you've done that, you can go and open that folder. And you're going to want to go ahead and put in these three YDDs. jbib underscore 004 is your short sleeve shirt. This one, 007, is your long sleeve. And this one is your long sleeve attire, 0014. You're going to want to drag all those YDDs in there. These YDDs are your model definitions. You do not want to edit these unless you know what you are doing. And now you're going to want to find the YTDs, which is the actual texture file that you're going to be modifying. So what I like to do is I'm going to copy the name of the first one. In this case, it's going to be jbib004. And we're going to go ahead and add a underscore diff. If you did this correctly, you should see a bunch of YTD files. As I said, these are your texture files. You're going to want to go ahead and find a black texture with whatever patch. It doesn't matter, whatever ones you find on the right side. At the bottom left, you should see an export selected button. And you're going to want to make sure that you export it as a PNG. Now, you can extract this wherever you want. For now, I have a folder that I just created that I'm going to go ahead and put it into. Now, this is when you can go and switch into your photo editing app. I personally use Photoshop C56, which is pretty easy to find if you know what you're looking for. But you also have other free alternatives such as Paint, which is pre-installed on every Windows computer, and GIMP 3D. Once you go ahead and get your picture open in your program, what I like to do is I'm going to go ahead and first isolate the shirt. I'm going to go ahead and take my mirror key box tool. I'm going to Control C and Control V to copy and paste it. Now I'm going to use Magic Wand and hit the delete key to go and delete the background. This is so you can also change the shirt color if you ever need. You're going to want to make sure that it's lined up with the original image, however. Now what you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to go ahead and open up a patch that you found. So in this case, I'm just going to be doing a very simple EUP shirt for Boone County Sheriff's Department. Now that I've gotten it open, what I'm going to want to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and remove the background. As you can see, it is locked. I went ahead and unlocked it by double clicking the lock button on the bottom right in the layers. And I used my magic wand tool and I hit the delete key to go delete the background. I had to do it a couple of times just to make sure that I removed the background completely. Once I've done that, the patch is ready to be dragged onto the shirt. Once you get it imported onto your shirt, you may see that the badge is bigger than the actual shirt. That's okay. You're just going to want to go ahead and scale it down by holding Alt and Shift and dragging on the corners. You're just going to want to go ahead and line this up properly with the other patch that is already there. Now that you've done that, you can go ahead and copy that and move it over to the other patch as well. You can go to your base layer and delete or erase the pre-existing patch. Real quickly, I wanted to go and show you these buttons. This button right here in the middle of the shirt, you can change the color on it and it'll change the buttons that are on your shoulders and on your pockets. This button over here that is hiding over to the left can be changed to a different color as well, and this is the buttons that you actually button up your shirt with. In this case, I eventually want to make the buttons silver, so I will make them silver eventually. Now what you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to use the box tool on the bottom of Photoshop to go ahead and create a box layer fill over the shirt. Don't worry if this is a solid color. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up a reference image here in Photoshop so I can go ahead and get the colors that I want. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to go and copy the colors off the shirt. And I'm going to change that purple color that it was starting me out with to that brown. As you can see, it is just one solid color, so what I'm going to go and do is lower the opacity quite a bit until it gets to the color that I want. Do note that you do want to be able to see the original texture underneath. Otherwise, clothes will be looking all void-like and will not look very good. Now I'm also going to go ahead and color match the pockets and the shoulder pads. This here at the top right of the shirt. This little triangle line thing is your shoulder. This will replace anything that is on your shoulder. The two things above it is going to be your pockets. Those are each one of your individual pockets. Above that is going to be your collar. If you ever want to change the color of your collar, you can do that. And this bottom one is if you ever want to change the sleeve colors for your long sleeves. It is just the cuffs. Now that I've got it kind of looking how I want, you can go ahead and import it into OpenIV into any one of the 3 white DDs that I've shown before. It doesn't matter because all of the shirts that I am showing you, all 3 of the main police tops share the same texture. Same with the females, they share the same texture as well. Now that you've imported, you can open up that white DD and you can go and take a look at it. Now, as you can see from the preview, it's going to look a little weird. The color's going to be off and the lighting is going to be different. You got to remember, because you are looking at it through OpenIV, it's going to look different. It's going to have weird saturation and weird colors. It will not look like this in game. After this, I just spent about half an hour just editing it to how I wanted it to look. I will not make you sit through this part if you don't have to. I have set the clip up to 400% speed, but it's still going to be around 20 minutes. If you do not want to see me editing the shirt, you can go ahead and skip past this part. Timestamp is in the description. Now that you've gotten the shirt to about the way you want it to look, just like this, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is now you're going to want to make sure that those files that you copied into your folder earlier, you're going to want to put them back in OpenIV in your mods folder somewhere. Now you're going to want to go ahead and open up any of the YTDs. So we're going to go ahead and start with the 004 YTD. And we're going to want to go and open it up. And we're going to go ahead and replace it with our made texture. Hey, Editor Alex here. I realized that I completely forgot to edit the tie in the original recording. So here's some footage on how to edit the tie. This is literally just goes at the top right of your shirt texture. This black box is your tie base, and this little white box is the clip that goes on your tie. You could set these to any colors that you want. Just do the same thing you did with the shirt. Now we're gonna do the same for jbib_diff_007 and